joined today by Greg Akers out of Dayton, Ohio, and Robert Akers out of Athens, Georgia. And first, I want to congratulate everyone on just an incredible job. As you can see, we're now at 1,117,000 individuals, 208 in a matter of just about 90 days, a growth rate that far exceeds Facebook, far exceeds Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and all other social networks, making us now one of the fastest growing networks ever developed in history. And it's all a testament to each of us on the line, simply sharing and inviting individuals to join the Rippln community. And as you look at this time right now, it's a very historic and exciting time to be part of Rippln, in that this short webinar will cover the specific steps of how and why to power up. So to make it simple, if you go to the following URL address, which is www.theripplr.net/full power up. And here you'll see step-by-step instructions. Step one is to go to startmyripple.com, log in with your normal credentials, and you're now going to see a brand new tab or icon on the top banner, which is entitled Commerce. Now, I need to explain this very specifically. This is a VIP process currently. As of August 5th, all individuals will be opened up to 1 million across the globe. But right now, if you're listening to this webinar and want to power up immediately, we do have a VIP process of which we're covering again on this short webinar. As you go in and hit the Commerce button, if you see the light or the green button, Full Power Up, you are ready to go. Simply hit that and register. If it is still grayed out, go to the following address, www.theripplr.net/power-up, and we will put you on the VIP list. Now, what I want to discuss on this short webinar is the specifics of what power up means. You know, as we look at the different social networks, whether it be Facebook or anything else, the reality is that each of us throughout our time have built each of these social networks, yet unfortunately we never are able to profit from our social graph or our social influence. Fortunately, Rippln is changing the game, and as you go and develop out your Rippln community, going from Ripple to Ripple to Ripple to country to country to country, it gets very exciting and almost addictive to really see what an invite can actually turn into. And I'd like to start just really quickly with you, Greg. You know, you sent out some initial invitations starting back on April 14th when we started in Dallas, Texas. Talk to us about that process. You know, you've grown an organization, one of the largest in the Rippln community. It's spread all across the planet. Talk to us about the viral component that you've seen from the invite process.
Yeah, Dr. Scott, you know what's so exciting about what we're doing here is that it makes sense to everybody. You don't have to go out and explain the power of the mobile device today like you used to. You know, you and I have spent the past 3.5, 4 years in the space of mobile. We already recognized it. But today, everybody realizes that the mobile phone is the next web. It's the next internet. In fact, it's bigger. Because as I recall, when the internet first launched, we had to go home to place an order or to review about a product or a service or to watch something online. Now it's on demand. It's impulse. And we look at what we're going to become, and you know, there's been talk, and we've talked about all the different things that are going to come out as part of the Rippln app, one of which was the communicator. But guys, this is much, much, much bigger than just a communicator. Because see, what we've done is we flipped the market upside down. Usually somebody has to go build a restaurant or create a product or create a song or create a movie or create some tangible product and take it to market. We've already created the market. Now we can have the products, the services, anything that you can imagine that could be purchased through a mobile device. Guys, that's what can come through this Rippln community. And while it's so important, you know, that you power up, the reason is because of all of that activity that's going to be taking place in the future, not necessarily about what's happening right here, right now, today. And you don't have to look too far back through the news and recent current events. there was a soccer player, I believe his name was Rio Ferdinand, played in Manchester, England. And he happened to tweet last January about a Snickers bar that went out to 2 million people. And they said, wow, look at the power of one tweet. Now, they figured out how to pay him, but nobody else got paid for the retweets on that tweet. So we look at what we're doing here today, Dr. Scott, and this is the viral component that I've gotten so excited about. As I came away from Dallas and shared it with my handful of friends and people that I knew and had influence and endorsement power with, and they started sharing and sharing, it went quickly, it went virally, it went like a wildfire around the globe 3 times. And, you know, I've seen activity in countries like Brazil and Cyprus, and you look at those countries, and, you know, they're in an economic change. You know, they have issues going on in the country, and people are looking more so than ever. So for me, Dr. Scott, it's been very exciting. I don't know anybody personally in Brazil. I don't know anybody personally in the Philippines or Cyprus, but I've been able to benefit now from powering up and seeing those individuals starting to get their power up invitations, and we're creating VIP members of folks all around the globe that are going to absolutely turn into millions and millions. I've told several people that when this thing goes full-blown live in August, I see it growing by 5 times in about 90 to 120 days because of all the things that are going to come. And I'm not here to let any cats out of the bag. I don't have any inside information, but I want you to just imagine all the things like movie deals, restaurant deals, games, entertainment, travel, concert tickets, coaching, wellness offers. It doesn't matter. If it can come through a mobile device, those companies are knocking on our door right now because they know we have the attention and the eyeballs. And when you have people as your inventory, there's no cap to the value. So I hope that answers your question, Dr. Scott. And what's really I'm so fired up about right now is we've got people that are starting to power up, and they're saying, hey, you know what? I came on board yesterday with Rippln. I'm powering up today because I see the future. I see everything that's going to be coming through this device, and I absolutely want to profit every penny off of all of my social influence that's out there.
No, absolutely. And let's look at specifically what power up means. Right? As you look at, there's different types of participation in Rippln. You can be a fan. Anyone can be a fan. It's free of charge. As our communication app comes out, you'll be able to utilize that. You'll be able to earn some rewards. But if you want to turn rewards into cash by powering up, you become a player. Now, there's 2 components of being a player. The first is the Rippln Tracking Platform, or RTP. This is $69.95 for the entire year, and it opens up all of your communication capabilities with your entire global Ripple. Now, myself, I've been on LinkedIn for many, many years. I know the cost of LinkedIn's premier service, and they don't open up all of your levels. They only open up a certain amount. However, they are still charging up to $99 per month for their premier service. Guys, to get access to your entire global Ripple, no matter how far, wide, deep, or global it goes, and have complete communication capability with your entire network, is a deal of a lifetime for $69.95. Now, the second component is a monthly charge. It's for your Rippln rewards system. And guys, this opens up, it gives you your entire player statistics. It allows you to earn rewards and turn those rewards into cash. As we proceed in bringing Rippln fully live, there will be a complete gamification factor incorporated into the entire system. And the Rippln reward system, or RRS, for $25 per month handles you across the board. Now, currently, corporate is providing $13 or 13 reward points for every single person that powers up in your global organization. So, guys, it's key right now to get positioned, because as we proceed to our Rippln Unleashed in Dallas, Texas, August 2nd through the 4th, where we turn everything live, we have a whole series of commerce offers, of coaching offers, and a coach is the next level. You go from fan to player to being able to be a coach. Now, a coach is an individual that is out and developing teams, We have a complete commission schedule in place as far as different factors and services rewarded for that. So if you're looking to take your profitability again to the next step, you can't become a coach unless you're a player. So guys, right now, during this VIP process, it is essential. If you have the ability to power up, make sure you do it now, because if you don't, you could be forced to be in a waiting list that could take up to over 60 days. And during that time, you're not able to play, you're not able to earn commissions, and you're stuck in a waiting line. And, you know, as you look at the next slide to hear from you, Rob, and just looking at the different types of features that we have available, I know that the second a person powers up and becomes a player, that they are able to what we call dig deep, and it instantly opens up communication with all of your ripples. Rob, you've experienced that. Talk to us about the ability to immediately access all of those communication features and what it's done for your particular growth.
Yes, thanks, Dr. Scott. It's been unbelievable, because you do have a lot of people that have started this, put 50, 100, 200, 300 people in, and they lost sight of what they were doing and just have forgotten and haven't been communicating with their people. This allows you now to actually dig deep and go to everyone in their first ripple, everyone in their second, send them information, get them on board. Because back to what Greg was saying, you know, you got the holidays coming up. There's going to be a lot of commerce, a lot of buying. That's the busiest time of the year. So the more products that get rolled out, the more that's going to be spent, the more we're going to make. It's just going to be unbelievable. But you need to be able to contact those people through your Ripple that you were unable to contact before. Only having access to your first Ripple and the people that you put in initially, this is just takes it to a whole new level. I mean, you can go 20, 30, 40 levels deep and just start picking people out. I mean, it is unbelievable being able to communicate with everybody. I have not seen a product like this ever.
And when you look at, and here's a screenshot, just one example. Here you can see Ripple 1, Ripple 2, Ripple 3, Ripple 4, Ripple 20, and beyond. You can sort via status, whether they be a fan or whether now individuals transfer into being a player. You can sort via each particular Ripple. You can sort via country, via the date or the time that they registered or became part of Rippln. This is a fantastic communication tool. And guys, if you're here to build a global community, and with a global community comes global returns, it is time to ensure that you get powered up and do so immediately. And then the most important thing is for you to ensure that you are communicating with each of your ripples. And Rob, you've been doing just a fantastic job of whether it be calling, whether it be texting, whether it be emailing, just getting in contact with each individual and getting them the information so that they too can have a full understanding and appreciation for what's about to come. And as you look at, you know, I've got the good fortune of living right here in Louisville, Kentucky, along with our CEO, Brian Underwood. And I know for a fact all the different commerce offers that are going to be launched in August. And as you look at the power, whether it be an app, whether it be a game, and just looking at games is just one instance. We've got a game that's being released in August. It'll be a free app download. But the big revenue is through in-app purchases, guys. Billions of dollars are being derived from apps and those in-app purchases. And for each of us through Rippln to now get a piece of that, that as that spreads throughout your global community, you know, get out there, get your invites out. And I'd love to hear just from each of you before we conclude the simplicity of getting individuals invited over to Rippln. I'm just going to look at a quick screenshot here. And Greg, if you wouldn't mind just sharing just quickly, you know, as we look at the invite system and we just look at the simplicity, a lot of individuals have sent out invites that may or may not have arrived. It's key to get that invite so that when they get there, they can simply put it right here. But Greg, talk to us about once the invite is done, that they can click on that box, it turns around and spins so that they can actually copy that invite code. What do you do with that invite code from there to ensure that that person has received the information?
Yeah, Dr. Scott, the great thing about this is the invite code gets sent out to them through the system. But you don't have to wait on that, because that invite code is live the second you put that. Copy that invite code. You can text it to them. You can read it to them over the phone. You can email it to them and tell them to simply go to startmyripple.com, put in that information. It's that simple. They're in the system as a fan, and then from there they get the opportunity to power up. So, you know, I've never seen something so simple as far as enrollment in any type of a program or anything that I've ever experienced in the past. I've never seen a more simple display of the information. It's quick videos. We've got, you know, the absolute hands-down best presentation of our platform through our video program. Guys, you never have to sell a doggone thing. All you have to do is put people in front of the information, get a code over to them, they're in, replicate, repeat, lather, rinse, and go on, and you can build the biggest ripple in the world with this. And, you know, we think of folks all the time and hear from folks every now and then say, oh, it might be too late. Guys, it's not too late. The biggest ripples in the world are going to start being built now, today, as people are starting to, you know, get this out there, and they're starting to hear the buzz. And then when you start hearing about folks that are actually making money, which, you know, that first check run comes in the beginning of August, guys, that's when things get really, really exciting, because it becomes tangible and real. So you can be a player on the field, you can be a fan in the stands, or you can be somebody on the outside wishing you were inside hearing all of the excitement. So the thing that I love the most, Dr. Scott, is the fact that it's so easy, so replicatable, and it's absolutely a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, when you look at it, we'll conclude with this. As we look at back when Rippln hit 1 million individuals, and again at a growth rate that far exceeded any other social network throughout history, the march to 10 million is on. And as you look at from us going from 1 million to 10 million and proceeding forward, guys, there's 7 billion individuals on this planet, all of which want to capitalize and earn profits from their social influence and their social graph. Rippln is the only social network in the entire world that provides that capability. And the key is tapping your people into an effective system. And again, we don't claim to be perfect. We're transparent in all that we do. We do try to get all the information out, particularly during this VIP stage. We put all updates. If you go to www.therippler.net/update, we're putting updates up in chronological order. The last was July 15th, which was just yesterday, which is the Power Up to Player instructions. You simply click on each appropriate update. Here's how to quickly sort Ripple 1. Here's the update when we hit 1 million. We have an international recruiting system. If you want the exact steps on how to invite, it's there. And each particular update, as you can see, has a transcriber at the very top. If you're here and you want to change it to, say, Portuguese, just simply select that particular language, hit the play button, and it instantly translates. Guys, we have done this to ensure that you have a system to build global profits. And again, to create or receive global profits, you have to be a player. Get yourself powered up. Do so immediately. And with that, we'll conclude this short webinar. We appreciate your time. We're excited about the entire future. And with that, get this short webinar or recording out to your entire Ripple, and let's go have some fun, and let's create the profits that we know are available. So with that, we'll conclude. Thanks.